Hi, folks. Welcome back to Pop Office. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And we are back with episode 3 of The Haunting of Bly Manor. It's entitled The Two Faces Part 1. There doesn't seem to be a Part 2, at least not in the next few episodes. So we're very curious about that title.
Extremely curious about that title.
Yeah. Now, we just finished watching the second episode, which delved a little bit more into Miles's time in school, why he got kicked out and sent home. I found out that he was really going to some extremes to get home. Because Flora had written to him and asked him to come home.
Yeah.
And he apparently took that very, very seriously.
Yeah.
To the point of, breaking his arm and choking people out and killing a bird, assuming he did those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's...
Hello.
Hello. Apparently.
Go ahead.
No thanks.
Okay.
There you go. You got to hear an entire conversation with you-know-who because she thought I was talking to her. I wasn't. Clearly, I was talking to you, but it's okay. Yeah.
That was like, what was
It's one
that?
of those things that happens.
We have a haunted iPad?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then, of course, we actually got to see as well that Miles was a little bit inappropriate.
Yeah. So
with the au pair, and we got to know the staff a little bit better.
A little bit better. I think, I think we've landed on the idea that there's got to be some sort of weird possession happening with Miles.
Sure.
But also I feel like there might be some weird possession happening with Flora because she seems to know and even possibly slightly control things that are happening around the house. Like that other thing, while they were playing hide and seek, she was
hearing the music.
She was hearing the music
music.
and singing along with the music, but she heard the other creepy singing with her and told it to shh, and it did. So there's something.
I mean, we know that she was looking at something when she was in the bathtub in the first episode. She was definitely looking at somebody.
Yeah.
We just couldn't see who she was looking at.
Nope. So she is aware of and possibly, at least in communication with other things going on in the house. So, so many questions. Looking forward to more answers to come. Now,
hopefully.
Yeah. So how many episodes are in this series?
There are 9 in this series.
9 in this series. So we are only 2 episodes in. So hopefully we've got some good setup stills to come, and then some more things after that.
That's right. And we appreciate you being along for the ride.
Yes,
every
thank
single
you.
one of you. We watch every time the sub count ticks up 1. We're a tiny little channel, so we literally appreciate every single one of you.
Thank you.
I text Heidi sometimes when she's at work, hey, we got a new subscriber, and
like,
we mini
yay.
celebrate. Yeah, absolutely. So we do appreciate you. Be sure, if you like this kind of content, to hit that thumbs up. That helps us get found by other people that might like it as well. And consider subscribing if you aren't already, because, like I said, we do appreciate every single one. And if you want to see these reactions without them being all cut up for YouTube, you can watch the full reaction on Patreon. That link will be down in the description.
Just bring your own Netflix.
That's right. And sync it up. What I always do is start the time code as soon as the Netflix logo is off, and then you know to start, and we're ready to go. All right, so we're going to jump into episode 3, The Two Faces, part 1. Here we go.
Why is he such a drunk? Like, what's going on with him?
And your 10 o'clock. Mr. Ethel. I'm Peter Quint. I work with Heidi.
Mr. Quint.
Oh, no. So, you have a stain right there.
Oh,
Do you need a minute?
no. Good now.
You have a stain on your blouse.
Oh. Okay.
The children are what? 7 and 9? I expect being precious about blouses won't serve me well.
School of Oriental and African Studies. You want to show us?
Just for a Russian poetry course.
Oh, is that all?
My way through public law.
I thought I was taking a Russian poetry course once. It was Klingon.
Oh, I remember Quint all right. Figured he'd be half a world away on a beach somewhere.
He's a thief.
Just don't give him access to your bank accounts and you're probably all right.
Fair enough.
I'll call Mr. Wingrave as well. See if he can offer any other advice. He expected rather a lot from the police, if memory serves me correctly. He's probably still in touch with your superior.
I'll take another drive around the property. On my way out.
Go Hannah.
Mom,
Well, I had
had to hire you. I mean, I'm already the gopher, the chauffeur, and the nursemaid. If I didn't hire you, I'd be the nanny too. Boy's a bit of a dark horse, and the girl, she talks to the wallpaper.
I mean, more, how are they coping?
Does the
After
wallpaper
all they've
talk
been
back?
through.
Yeah, that's the real question.
You know, it's...
I've talked to a few people who are as interesting as talking to wallpaper.
I've talked to wallpaper more interesting than people.
Let me guess. You want to be our very own Mary Poppins?
Well, I'm not practically perfect, but I am perfectly splendid.
Anna Grace.
Rebecca.
It's lovely to meet you.
I bet some of them statues gonna move.
Jesus!
Shotgun.
Better than a weeping angel, though.
Yeah.
How about we stay here tonight? Just in case.
Yes, a sleepover. Fun. That would be splendid. A sleepover. That would be fun.
What about your mum?
It's just for one night. She's already fast asleep. It's better I'm here.
Dolls are wonderful. You get to make up all kinds of people and tell stories with them. Hello, my name is Flora.
But they're not made up. I'll make one of you, Miss Jessel. What's your favourite colour?
I don't have a favourite. I like all the colours.
Oh, that looks like the same bunch of flowers.
I found these, and I thought flowers this beautiful.
Yep.
Deserve a beautiful home. So these are for you, Flora.
Thank you so much.
Do you know what life is really all about, Miles?
Not flowers.
Nope.
Keys. See, people are like locked rooms. They've all got different locks, and you've got to guess the shape of their key. Like how there are keys to all the doors in this pointlessly, excessively large house. Different keys for different doors.
I want to be a barrister,
Now you're talking.
not a solicitor. A proper barrister like Mr. Wingrave.
Supposed to be a handrail down some stairs?
Yes.
And those two, believe me, that was the wrong kind of love.
We've all been in the wrong kind of love for one reason or another.
But I saw how he twisted himself into her. Burrowed in deep. I know why so many people mix up love and possession.
We saw it too, Danny.
Yeah, what did you do? 'Cause I think whatever her deal is, she's feeling guilt.
Yeah.
You've seen this, right? This belonged to my dad. It's a little piece of him. One of the only nice bits, really. Why don't you hold on to it for me? Would you like that? Just don't burn the house down, please.
Thank you. Oh, hey, it's that same crack.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Any sign of him?
Oh, no, not a thing. Did a quick sweep, safe as houses.
Good morning. It's time to wake.
Uh-huh.
Prisoner Zero has escaped.
Oh, you're already up. How are you feeling?
Capital.
With my
Wonderful,
hands,
in
usually.
fact. Can we have a picnic, do you think? It's a marvellous day for it. Once we find Flora, let's make a day of it.
What do you mean find Flora? Isn't she in her room?
Why are you out here in your PJs, Flora?
No! Flora? No! No!
Oh.
She was by the lake. But she hates the lake.
She doesn't hate it, though. Why should anyone hate a lake?
She talks about it all the time.
Sure. But Flora lies.
Easy now.
Come back to bed. Please.
Keep tracking mud in here.
Clean it up.
They shouldn't be in here at all. We shouldn't be
It's
in here.
fine. We've got permission. impression from the top.
The children...
Then it's set. I've seen to it. You have to feel it on your skin. At least once in your life, there's nothing like it.
It's like you're snuggled safe in a tauntaun.
Selfie.
So there's where that picture came from.
Excuse me.
In for a penny, in
The
for a
children,
pound.
Rebecca, are on the lawn
Yes,
by
of course.
themselves.
Of course, I'm so
They're
sorry.
fine, they're fine. Careful, Hannah. You know that I can happen.
What? Have me fired? Oh, yes, I know that very well, Peter. You've got his ear. Could have the lot of us out of here if you truly wanted. Did you know what? Right now, I do not care. You see, if I ever find you in here again, in Charlotte's things, ever again, so help me God, I will drag you out of this house by your bloody hair and throw you into that dirty lake. Do you understand me?
Oh, go Hannah.
Delicious. I say, lemon.
Oh, we have a proper battle royale.
I mean, if you're going to flirt with him right in front of me, why would I stay for that?
What?
If you get hungry while I'm gone, why don't you see if Owen can find some ninja stuff into your mouth, since you're okay with that, apparently.
Have you gone mad? What are you talking
Seems like it.
About that man who you opened wide for not 2 hours ago.
I'm Puppet, the puppet. What are you, Puppet? Puppet named Puppet. My maker was Claude. He made puppets aplenty. He loved them so much, even though he had 20. They laughed when he said he'd made them. They laughed at him. And he was so sad. But they kept laughing. These stupid puppets! These stupid puppets who had forgotten. So he pulled on their strings. And it hurt.
It's your neighbour, Mr. McQueenie. I am so sorry, Owen. I am so sorry.
Oh boy. I didn't get that, did you?
I didn't get that. I don't think we were meant to.
I got.
No ASMR, please. Yeah.
Well, don't look into the deadlights.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ugh.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. So my geese just got bumped.
Did your spine get tingled?
No, but I definitely.
But your gooses got bumped?
My geese.
Your geese.
My geeses. My geesin?
Geesin. Boxing. I don't know. Okay, so a lot to process there.
So
and
much.
Like every episode of the series so far, I feel like it's going to take me time to process. Like I feel like most of what I have to say is not going to be helpful because it's still rolling around in my brain.
Yeah. I'll have to say, one thing I really appreciated about this series is the sound design for it.
Right.
Already, like there's like, creepy music, the tingly music, the music box, that sort of thing. But like just right there in story time, we had no musical cues, but like when Miles started talking, you just heard just a little like a little rumble like under there, and it was like you already knew it was going to take a turn before he continued his story, and then it got louder and louder. It's like, so they really know how to use the non-visuals to really kind of get you into what's happening. So I love that about this.
Yeah, and the music is subtle. They're not doing big, hits for scary things and that kind of thing. Like it's all very subtle, letting the story do its thing. And so we learned a lot about Pete and Miss Jessel and their connection and what a creep Peter Quint was.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well,
I say was because I'm assuming he's dead.
Yeah, same. But I'm also wondering, a lot of this stuff is taken at face value, but also, we have to wonder what is happening, like what happened to him, like where is he coming from with all of this? How did he come into all of this?
Right.
So,
and is this house, okay, just given what we saw there at the end of this episode, is this house somehow
like a magnet?
A magnet for trauma and or evil or spirits or whatever?
Whatever. I mean,
because we don't really know.
We don't.
What we're dealing with. As far as the Jamie thing, I feel like that was telegraphed in the first episode. When she entered the room, whatever the little statement was that the narrator made about that, I gathered that that's where this was going. But we're right over to you.
Yeah.
So, but I'm curious because I feel like she's probably got a story as well, and I'm wondering when we'll see that.
Yeah.
Clearly, Owen has a story too. We know that he keeps leaving to take care of his mother, but then all of a sudden he's okay with not, and that's when she dies. Like, there's some questionable stuff here, things that I want answered about all of these characters.
Yeah, and odd that it was just at the height of Miles's story,
right.
That they felt pain, and then the phone rang, and there was the pain. Like somebody's reminding them that they are still
that they're on strings.
They're on strings. Yeah. So it's like, who?
Not an Ultron in the bunch.
No, who is pulling those strings? What is happening?
Yeah.
So interesting to try to figure out what that all means. Of course.
And I'm sure that
we'll find out.
Yeah, and I'm sure that their uncle also has his own set of trauma and whatever is keeping him away from that house. We've still got 6 more episodes to go, so that's a lot of time to uncover people's stories and backstories. I'm definitely curious about this, especially the ending of this episode was particularly jolting because we've only been seeing this character in fits and starts.
Yeah,
in those
just like
reflections. But that was like a full on, like she was seeing him standing there,
nothing
to reflect, and then he got sucked into the house somehow,
or he ran in, or went in.
Well, I mean, he got pulled in backwards. So
yeah, I guess so.
So he didn't look like he was enjoying the trip either. So
yeah,
I'm kind of with you in that I feel like Flora has some sort of, if that's Flora, now we're already talking about possession.
Right.
Potential. We know that something may be going on with Miles, but there may also be something going on with Flora.
Right.
So who knows? Maybe what we saw as Miss Jessel in that cool shot was not actually Miss Jessel. Maybe it's
some other spirit,
something else,
some other spirit taking her face. Maybe.
Yeah, but I'm very, very curious about all of this. I didn't see a lot of stuff happening in the background in this one, like we saw in the last episode.
Yeah,
but everything that was at the forefront was very important, I feel like, to these characters.
We saw that crack again.
We saw the crack again. The sort of connection between Hannah and Owen is interesting. Where that's been, where it's going.
Yeah.
Also, I like Hannah as a character. I like that even though, she's kind of peculiar, she didn't hesitate to put Peter Quint in his place.
Nope.
I like that about her. I like that sort of ballsy side of her, where when somebody needs to speak up and say something, like she did with the policeman. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah.
So far, I'm really digging her character. I know we don't know a lot about her, but I like it.
No, I think it is interesting, though. I mean, Owen's been casually flirty with her, but not really, just kind of friendly poking and stuff.
Sure.
They call her Mrs. Gross. She still wears her wedding ring. What happened to Mr. Gross?
Right.
Yeah. Is he there?
And
she doesn't eat.
Right.
So
yeah, there are a lot of questions, a lot more questions than answers at this point. Now, that's not unexpected. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like Hill House was the same way. It went through a lot of just slowly peeling back the curtains on some things. But every episode kind of left me with more questions than it did answers, and we got a lot of answers there at the end.
We did.
I think this will be the same. I think they're just really reeling us in slowly.
But I like that. So certain things, like, so the boy, you know, was saying, "Oh, I found your key," or "I need the key," and then
now we know, right.
where he got that from.
Exactly.
But also interesting that the flowers were reflective; they were the same flowers. Finding the key, and then I believe now, like,
and the whole thing about Jamie killing you if you tore up her flower bed, and that's pretty much what Jamie said she would do to Miles in the episode before.
Right. But also the whistling, Peter Quint was whistling the same tune. Like, I was listening for the whistling to see if it was the same, and I think it was. So, you know, someone out there tell us, you know, if you heard it too, let us know.
Yeah, and here's where you can really do us a favor. Now, don't spoil, because we know that all these episodes are available. We're watching them as we can. But definitely if there was something in this episode that you feel like we missed, something we didn't touch on, something we didn't see, let us know in the comments below. We love that kind of thing, and we love interacting with you there. So be sure and do
comments
that.
are always welcome, and tell us what we're wrong about, for sure. Like, if you have an alternate theory, and no spoilers, but you have an alternate theory, let us know that too.
As we've said before, if you want to watch the full reaction to this episode, you can find that on Patreon. The link will be down in the description. You can also find links to merch if you're interested in any of that, and where you can find us on social media. Heidi's a little more active on social media than I am.
Am I?
Sort of. Kind of. You youngster, you. I'm too old to know about all that stuff.
Yeah.
But also, if you are interested in just, you know, having conversation, do that down in the comments down below. We love chatting with you guys, responding to your comments. We try to always do that. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Until next time, we'll be back with episode 4. Until then,
bye.
Bye.